zo'n hardnekkig boekje.
Ja, echt.
Tot straks.
Maar dit is maar 1 punt volgens mij.
Ja,
Gelukkig.
inderdaad.
Zeg, dan is die gaan.
Even doorbijten.
We zouden van nou, het is wel maart. Einde zicht.
Ja, bedankt.
Je bent wel heel laat te liggen, toch?
We gaan niet school.
Ja, ik ken net school.
Ja, dat is wel.
Ja, ik ook.
Maar ik denk, ik kan mijn laptop wel laten liggen, dan kom ik later weer terug.
Ja, ik ga het centrum doen. Ik moet CV updaten ook. Ja, ik moet de baan zoeken voor het weekend. Ja. Ja, dat is naast me.
I think this is a better
Had je voor een baan al gestaan?
Nee, ook niet.
Ah, oké.
Het werken was.
Ja, precies.
Dus kanaal. Ga ik nu sparen vast. 500 euro de maand, dan kom ik er wel.
Ja.
2000 euro, ja.
De tickets zaten nu een beetje rond 400 of zo.
Ze hebben gezegd dat de kosten rond 2000 zijn voor een reis.
Ja. Ja, weet je, we hebben het ook wel een beetje zelf in de hand natuurlijk.
Ja.
Dus
Dus we mogen ook zelf onze eigen inbreng geven als studenten.
ja, volgens mij
We kunnen er
wel.
een beetje van maken.
Ja.
Ja. Maar hij gaat gewoon werken, dat is goed.
Okay, everybody
Yeah.
return back from
Succes, hè?
toilet visit, so I think I can start. I just want to tell you something about the different systems we have in this institute. And I also would like to check if you're connected with your PC or mobile device to our network, but that will be later in the short story I have. I don't know if you entered the building in the main, through the main entrance. Then you saw probably a lovely lady sitting behind a desk, which is actually the service desk. It's pretty important because you can rent next to pens, flip overs, book rooms to work as a group together with your fellow students. You can also ask your first contact IT questions at that service desk. She can help you with a lot. There's with a lot of problems. There is actually an IT guy sitting today and tomorrow still at the desk just behind her. However, after this week, it's only available if you make an appointment. So then you have to make a specific appointment to fix your computer or do something with your computer.
Is it also the place where you can get your pass?
Yeah. You can also get your LCD pass. You can get, for instance, extension cables if you need power plugs and multiple things. Is done at the service desk. Also, for instance, your student administration things are the first contact to go to is the service desk, and then she can either put your question directly to student administration, or you can send an email to registration exams at nhtv.nl. However, you can also do a lot of things yourself. I will make sure that this presentation also sent to Lilia and that she will post it on your environment, or will send it to you. You can do a lot of things yourself. So in topdesk.nhtv.nl you can also book rooms, report that maybe your coffee machine is broken, or make sure that you need equipment, or you want to book specific other equipment, or you want to send something to printers. It's also done in the intranet page. And what is also a handy tool is the roster app. You can download it in your mobile phone via the Google Play Store or the iTunes Store, and then you can make sure that your roster is also on your mobile phone. Once you've downloaded the app, make sure that you also connect your class to it. You just hit the plus button, and then you select your class, which is the IMA class, and then your roster is also on your mobile phone visible. Another method to go to your rosters to see which rooms you're in. Mostly, I think you will be in this building and also on this floor. But if something changes, you can also see it on roster.nstv.nl. Okay. Now, your main entrance point towards all functionalities online in this building is the portal. You go to portal.nstv.nl, and I will show you in a minute. And it will give you access to NetSchool, to your schedule, and you can also activate your email there. it's important you activate your email. A question.
I forgot the most important thing, to connect with the Wi-Fi.
Well, that's I will.
Okay.
The Wi-Fi will be
Okay.
in a few minutes.
Okay, thank you.
You should actually activate your email because the NHTV will only send emails to your NHTV mail and not to your private email. If you want to have your emails also in your private email, you have to make sure that in your NHTV email there's a forward rule which sends your email to your private mail. You can also use both systems separately, of course, if you want to have work and school and private strictly separated. I will show how the portal looks like. This is the portal page. You can customize the first page, the front page. You can put your roster there. You can here you can put your access to NetSchool, for instance, there. But these are directly gotten from study. I have to look up the password, which since it's students' accounts, which I used. In study, you also see your grades. It's also good to check these grades regularly, since, well, for instance, you see this student has MO, which stands for missed opportunity. He subscribed for an exam, but maybe didn't show up, or his train got delayed. However, all grades are also published in this portal page. And here's the connection to your email. You have academy news. For instance, well, there are interesting documents we as the Academy would like to have distributed to you, which are placed at the Academy page, and then also news which relate to the NHTV. For instance, promotion actions for bike fixing, or well, that's the new login method for your email, etc., etc. Let's hover over back to the presentation. Besides having your grades published on NetSchool, you will also have Osiris. Osiris is the method in which you subscribe for your exams. It shows your results, maybe if you have well, interesting things you discuss with the student counselor. Osiris is the place to go to, and again I will also log in Osiris to give an overview how it looks. But it's very important that once you've registered for your exams, that you keep the confirmation email when it's sent to you, since maybe there's some misunderstanding and you did subscribe, but your confirmation emails always show proof that you did your things correctly, and that maybe something went wrong in the process done at school. So let me show you how Osiris looks like. Again, I'm logging in with that student account.
Nee, ik heb hem nog niet. Ik heb gewoon hier een kaart in zitten.
Oh.
Maar ik zag wel ergens. Je gaat via je telefoon.
In Osiris you have some messages in the messages tab, maybe messages you sent by one of your student counselors. There are the personal details. Now, I got the account of the student, notes, supervision, which is also done via your tutor. Of course, you register for an exam or a test, or well, in this case, but you don't have to do it. But for a minor for the student, and you can unsubscribe yourself for exams.
And the login, it's your student number?
It's your student number and your password. And the password is sent to you via email. Well, and in this page he has his overview of all his grades. MO stands for missed opportunity, and the rest is, well, he passed or got a sufficient grade. NetSchool is actually our e-learning environment where all your documents are stored. So, for instance, if you have classes from Diana, like this morning, and she wants to well, have you prepare for the class with some pre-readings, she will post them on NetSchool. And if you go to NetSchool, well, you can see the documents and actually access to all content related to that course and to that day. It's also the place where you hand in assignments. So once you've written, for instance, an article, I don't know what the examination for this course is, but if you have written a paper or an article, you can upload your article paper in NetSchool within a hand-in assignment tool. I will show you in a few moments. You can, of course, set your language and change things to either Dutch, English, or German. You see relevant news, and what is very important that you have a portfolio. The portfolio means that you can actually hand in things in NetSchool. You should check once you've logged into NetSchool and you see a hand-in assignment. I will show you how NetSchool looks like. That you see if your name is on the hand-in assignment list, then you have a portfolio, and then everything is fixed. Well, let's go to NetSchool. And show you the Once you log in NetSchool for the first time, your environment will look exactly like this page. Ignore the 3-Ships helper, the yellow bar on top, because you won't get extra functionalities when doing something with it. You see courses, and if you click on courses, you can filter on your program. Your program will be the master. Master program, Imagineering, and then you see all the blocks. I don't think that the student is able to access the blocks because, well, he can't do it for this week. You see some general information, like week 1, you have to prepare things regarding to macro, and if you click on it, you see like the introduction to the block. You see the pre-reading, which is a welcome, and some PDFs to read. I also would like to show you if there's a hand-in assignment. And actually there is.
He's a bit fast. What? He's a bit fast. How did he get here? Is dit al wissels? Of is dit wat anders? Dit is niet school.
I'm going.
Mag ik een suggestie doen, dat het misschien echt handig is dat we onszelf kunnen inloggen? Want ik heb het gevoel dat we nu heel veel data krijgen. Maar niemand van ons zit op internet, want we kunnen er niet opkomen.
Okay, you haven't logged into the internet yet.
Okay, sorry for my Dutch, but sorry to interrupt. But
no problem.
Otherwise you get probably all the questions again that we now don't have because we don't see them.
Okay, maybe it's then good. Who was able to connect to the internet?
Ja.
Okay, then go to either Eduroam or NATV WPA, and you can log in with your username and your password. The username is 17 something and @nhtv.nl, and your password is sent to you via email.
Wij werken met stemmen.
Maar you just said NATV.
You can either use NATV, WPA, or EduRoam. EduRoam is a network which is global for all universities and higher education institutions. So if you once visited a university in Bologna, probably your EduRoam will also immediately connect you to internet. So that's very handy. And the NATV is a local network for our institution.
But that it doesn't work on my computer. I don't know why, but I do it with nhp.nl. And I use my access
Maar het is je hele gebruikersnaam, dus ik zeg ja, dat hij zei student number.
Have you once tried it before?
En je kan het zo proberen, anders maak je het zo.
NATV.nl? Of .com?
Okay, then you also delete everything. Okay, then you have to forget the network. Already did, and then
do it again because I kicked it out of my whole network recognition.
Dan moet je alleen met studenten proberen.
Help me for
Yeah.
Then you get this.
Ik probeer dus @nltv.nl.
Ja. Behind you.
En dan moet je deze vertrouwen, want anders doet hij het niet.
It seems it works.
Ja, nu is het nog een beetje, ja. Nou, ben ik dat jij dan weer de eerste bent die hier op de wifi staat.
Nee, dat komt door jou, Hilde. Maar dat is ook vreemd, dat is dus niet je wachtwoord. Maar 1, 7, gewoon een nummer.
Ja.
En bij jou doet hij het niet.
Ja, maar wij hebben op Stende ook EduRoam. Dus hij heeft gewoon mijn Stende-gegevens gepakt voor de wifi. Maar dat is niet zo erg.
Dat maakt niet uit.
Nee.
Het is hetzelfde.
Ja.
Okay. Ja, ik heb gewoon een kaart erin zitten.
Ja,
dus ik heb sowieso wel verbinding, maar ik heb liever,
ja.
liever voor andere dingen.
Ja, snap ik.
Maar voor jou is dit dus, jij gebruikt dit met jouw studenten ook?
Nee, dit niet. We hebben alleen hetzelfde wifi. Ik denk dat dat een soort hogescholen wifi is, dat iedereen dat gebruikt. Maar al die systemen zijn helemaal nieuw voor mij hoor.
Oh, oké.
Maar
hij gaat zo snel dat ik even dan niet weet waar ik ben. Als ik 1 keer nadenk, dan zit hij al in 2 volgende schermen. Weet je, op zich.
Ja, alleen kijk hier, als ik op die koers druk, hij heeft allemaal dingen voor, maar ik niet. Dus
en waar zit je dan?
Is the rest able to connect? No.
If this works, then it's probably.
Ben je daar ingekomen via Netschool?
Ja, maar ik had dus een linkje naar Netschool.
Ja, ik heb hier access to Netschool.
Check somebody afterwards because then I will.
Dan kom je dus in SharePoint.
Ja, en dan als je een beetje naar beneden gaat. Je moet even op die master.
Ja, die gaat hij eruit. Wat je moet doen is je moet
en dan nog even via.
En dan Ctrl-C je paswoord.
Ja, en dan kun je dus nu gewoon op die bloks bijvoorbeeld klikken. Alleen bij mij was hij dan nog leeg. Dus ik heb nog even op Stored Course gedrukt en dan pakt hij hem wel.
Ja, dat is natuurlijk. Sorry.
En dan kun je, dus dan denk ik dat bij
Deze week
hier dan bijvoorbeeld een presentatie zetten.
Maar ja.
Yeah, it's sent to you via mail, and but maybe you can also contact me and send an email, and we can fix your connection afterwards. If you don't know your password, then you definitely enter into your email.
Use your login and do SNHTV.
Okay,
that's
great.
And then the password, and then again.
You get an email by register to the master, and then you get an email with your student number. Yes.
I change the password. You change password? That's what I did. Something like that. That's what is happening.
Open project, new project.
Nou,
sure who I'm connected with. And if you use the agent account, use this one and do the same, because both.
Yeah, I will change my password because I can't.
The weird thing is that I don't think you have a connection to the web.
No, right?
No.
It seems impossible.
Yeah. Well, I will. You have the same problem.
Ja, dit is weg.
I'll fix your
Ja,
connection
En volgende week nog even om vragen te stellen over de presentatie. Hoe
Because
te
I
doen.
still need
Ja,
something to explain and then.
En ik zou ook wel graag willen weten
Ik
wanneer...
heb wel die articles gevonden. Die staan
Okay, I think most of you are. There are two students who still haven't their connection fixed. And I will have some time at the end to get you all connected. I just want to show you
van 6 tot 16.
where you can find hand-in assignments and what we do with plagiarism checks, because that's pretty important for you guys also to know.
Dat is wel meevallen.
I'm having just a general course now,
Maar dat staat
and
gewoon op het schedule. Wat dat gemaild.
if you click on the hand-in assignment, you will see several tabs. One is the document, it's the name of the document you upload. The assessment is what your lecturer is doing. Then probably he can also give you a revision document, all comments and things saying, okay, this needs to be revised, or please think about your grammar, your spelling, and your check. You also have a plagiarism check status. And the plagiarism check status is actually a number which is between 0 and 100%. And if you exceed the 7, then we have to check if you maybe committed fraud or copied work from others. So we check if you did it at the proper manner and that you used viable sources and not copied the work of your neighbor or one of your colleagues. I can also in a previous course show you how of course us as a lecturer looks like.
Where are you?
If you're in the course and you don't see this, then you have to click Start Course first.
Yeah, because it doesn't mean that your course hasn't started yet.
No.
It's just you need to kick off the course yourself. Even you see here busy and not busy. That just means that I have never clicked on those courses. It doesn't mean that your course didn't actually start.
Yeah.
Here, which program? Is this NetSchool?
This is NetSchool, but this is not your environment. This is an environment just to show you how plagiarism checks works, because I needed to have some evidence. As you can see, and this is the number I was looking for, here's a 100% match. So probably this student used other work, or maybe used his own work, because it's maybe an upload from a previous submission. So we can check what he did, and actually he has written this other document. Actually he did it, so he didn't commit any plagiarism or fraud. But we also look if there are external sources stated. And in such a case, once you've committed fraud, you have to turn up in front of the exam committee, and then you have to defend yourself. If they don't think it's a viable argument, you can get expelled out of school. So having your APA standards and your work quoted correctly is very important in this institution. Okay. Next thing is that you, in your browser, when you're working with NetSchool, always allow pop-ups. If you don't allow pop-ups, you won't see everything in NetSchool. The yellow bar I explained, you don't need to install it, it won't give you extra functionality. And I just briefly explain to you how the hand-in assignment page looks like and how you have to hand in your assignment. Since the assignments are not open yet, I can't show you how you actually have to upload it, but it's just clicking on the link and then saying that you want browsing on your document, and then just say save, and then your document is uploaded. If something's not working in NetSchool or is broken, you can send an email to elo.avel@nhtv.nl and then state your class, your year you're working in, and your class number in such a way that I can, the team is actually able to see from which education you are, and then they can see in that school where they have to find the solution and the problem. The internet and Wi-Fi, the connection, there's a frequently asked question page. If you're able to see it, if you have connection, that's of course pretty useful. To connect to the internet. And in red are the settings which you will need for connecting your mobile device. The last slide, which I have, is only the contact detail. Only the contact details. So service desk, if you want to borrow things from either electronic equipment or things to write. And Osiris for your students administration, and NetSchool if you have questions specifically for NetSchool. I think now it's a good moment to connect the laptops or phones which are still not connected with internet. Are there any other questions regarding NetSchool?
It's maybe a bit early to have questions.
Yeah, I can imagine. You still have to discover yourself how it looks like and what.
For the sorry. If I try to connect, it says.
Yeah.
Are you finished with your session?
Yeah, I'm finished with the session. If you want to have a break or
a lunch maybe,
then feel free to do so, and then I can connect the ones who are not connected yet.
We have a break from till 3.
Yeah.
Till 3? Oh, I thought
No.
you have to tune in about 20 minutes. So.
No, Diane will be here.
We gaan niet naar iedereen zetten.
Sorry, we can help you with connecting to the internet.
Ik zit er wel in.
Oh no, sorry.
Are you on it?
No, there you have to sign in with the email address you were given. So it means like
Ja.
Oh, pardon. Ik zit in groep 1.
Ja.
Inspiration.
Dan investment and registration exams.
Let me see.
just show
Nou, articles for ODK's. Waar loopt mijn naam nog staan? Ja, dat mag vast wel. En ik denk dat ze het handig vinden dat je dit gewoon los individueel doet. En dan kun je dus kiezen uit deze thema's. En als je die dan uitvouwt, dan wordt er dus 1 of meer artikelen. Ja, nu denkt iedereen natuurlijk dat het education gaat doen. Dat is baby. Ja. En we moeten dus samen opnemen.
Ja?
Ja, ticket was bij jou. Oh, ik zeg, hè? Ja.
Ik had het niet als gek meegeschreven. Ik denk,
Ja, alleen net aan de
ja, maar die is er wel. Dus die wilde ik ook even.
Ja, maar dat staat studeren.
Ja, nou moet je dus
Maar niet alle informatie. Ja.
a combination between language orientation and
Ja? Oké.
I was wondering if, or either Amsterdam or Brussels, because it depends on summertime or wintertime. But it's,
Hier nou met de laten staan?
Ja, dat is
Ze zullen hier nou wel een uur laten staan. Nee,
Dat druk ik volgens mij niet op slot.
nee, hè?
En als iedereen weg